I want to begin my talk today with a quote, and while I'm speaking, I want you to reflect upon what it means to you. Here it is. I have this theory that if one person can go out of their way to show compassion, then it will start a chain reaction of the same. People will never know how far a little kindness can go. That's a great quote. Chain reaction of the same. Our actions, you see, have repercussions. When you do something, it starts a chain reaction, does it not? If you throw a pebble into a lake, what happens? It affects the whole lake, right? The actions and words that you choose each day are no different. The ripple effect can go on and on. We have lots of choices to make in our lives. Some of them are big, like where should I go to college, or what do I want to be when I grow up? And some are small. What should I eat for lunch, or which shoes should I wear today? But what I want to talk to you about today specifically is one choice that you can make every day. Now it's up to you which direction to go, but you should know that whichever way you choose will have lasting repercussions, not only for you, but for those around you as well. Here are your options. First, you could choose to be a bystander. What does that mean? Well, let's consider what exactly a bystander is. We've all been one at some time or another. By definition, a bystander is someone who is present at an event or an incident, but does not take part. A bystander does one of two things when they see someone being bullied. Either they support the bully and reinforce his or her bad behavior by laughing or joining in, or they remain neutral. They pretend they didn't see anything, or they walk away. What kind of message do you think you're sending the bully when you remain quiet? It might make them think that you support their actions, or it might make others think that you're afraid of the bully. Now, if you don't want to be a bystander, you have another option. You can choose to be an upstander instead. Let's talk about what that means. An upstander is someone with compassion, someone who's a leader. An upstander is someone who has the power to create a chain reaction. An upstander is someone who has the courage to stand up to a bully, even if that bully is their friend. That takes a lot of courage. But just because you have courage doesn't necessarily mean that you have to confront the bully. There are other things upstanders can do to support the victim. Don't laugh at the bully's behavior. Don't join in. Instead, try to help the person who's being bullied in any way you can. If you feel safe doing so, tell the bully that what they're doing is not cool. You may be wondering, what does this have to do with me? Why would I want to get involved? It's a lot easier to just pretend I didn't see anything and walk away, isn't it? Well, there are a number of reasons why you would want to be an upstander. Here are a few. First of all, put yourself in the victim's shoes. How would you feel if you were that person being bullied? How would you feel if someone was spreading rumors about you on the internet? Would you be embarrassed, scared, afraid to go to school, or worse? No one deserves to feel like that. It's important for everyone to respect the differences of other people. We're not all the same. If we were, this world would be a boring place. Each of us is different, but we all belong here. We need to realize that all people have great worth, no matter what they look like, how they dress, or how they act. Remember to always be kind to other people, because you just don't know what they may be going through. Now, being an upstander can change your life too, because one day you'll be able to look back and not feel regret because you didn't help someone when they needed help the most. You'll never know how far a little kindness can go. Now, if you've lived your whole life being a bystander, and you're thinking that maybe you'd like to switch teams and become an upstander instead, here are some things you can do. First, put a stop to bullying when you see it, either in person or online. If you see something online that is hurtful to another person, help stop it from spreading. Don't throw another pebble into the lake by adding to the rumor. Be the one who's strong enough to say, this is bullying and it's not okay. Next, make your circle of friends even bigger. Offer to eat lunch with someone who's sitting alone. If you see someone who's upset, Offer to help them. Remember, there's strength in numbers. There are always more non-bullies than bullies at every school. So stand together. Create a legion of upstanders. There once lived a beautiful young woman named Rachel Scott. Her family tells us that she was never afraid to befriend those who were different or to stand up for those who were being bullied. In April of 1999, Rachel was the first student killed in the shootings at Columbine High School. Although she died at such a young age, her legacy has lived on. Because of her writings, hundreds of kids have reached out for help when they felt hopeless rather than commit suicide. And many of them credit Rachel's story for saving their own lives. Do you remember the quote from the beginning of my talk? It was written by Rachel shortly before her death, and I think it's worth repeating. I have this theory that if one person can go out of their way to show compassion, then it will start a chain reaction of the same. People will never know how far a little kindness can go. So go out there into the world and choose to be an upstander. Start a chain reaction of kindness and compassion. You'll be surprised indeed at how far a little kindness can go.